Hello everyone, welcome back to a new taekook story. Thanks Pure with the priest voice echoes in the silent hall. Priest to you, Kim Taehyung, take Jungkook to be your husband, to cherish in friendship and love today, tomorrow, and long as two of you live, to trust and honor him, to love him faithfully through his best and worst, whatever may come. And if you should ever doubt, to remove your love for each other and the reason why you came together with him this day as well, the long in my thought and look at Jungkook. His face is wide of an emotion, my heart is. But I kept my voice steady, Taehyung, I do, the priest. And to Jungkook, praise to you, Jungkook, take Kim Taehyung to be your wedded husband, to cherish in friendship and love today, tomorrow, and for as long as the two of you lived. To trust and honor him, to love him faithfully, and was whatever may come. And if you should remember your love and for each other and the reason you came together for this Jungkook, I do. His voice is lifeless, almost like a whisper. He exchanged rings. I placed a light kiss on his cheek before turning to face our family and close friends. What should have been a grand and joyous wedding is instant, a quiet and painful one. The air is heavy, filled with sorrow. I see the unshed tears in everyone's eyes, and they aren't tears of joy, they are tears of loss, of grief. Walking down the stairs with Jungkook, my heart felt like it's sinking. I glanced at him. His hands are cold in mine, his gaze empty. Once we reach our parents, Jungkook suddenly speaks. Jungkook, I want to go to the cemetery. His voice barely. Mother, Jungkook, it's not good to visit the cemetery after a wedding. Let's go tomorrow, okay? Her voice trembles as if she tried to hold back her tears. Jungkook, I have to go now, father. Jungkook, listen to us. You can't go now. His voice is serious, but when he knows it's Jungkook doesn't respond. She takes a step forward, ready to leave. I immediately grab his hand. Down. I will take you. He looks at me, my eyes swell and nod slightly, thinking that I understand. We walk to the car. I make Jungkook sit, pressing the seat and buckle his seatbelt, and then take the seat. I see our family watching us with worried eyes, and they got into their own cars. The drive was silent. Jungkook stared out the window, tears slowly rolling down his cheeks. My grip on the steering wheel tightening. My heart is seeing him like this, but I stay quiet. He needs this moment. 20 minutes later, we reach the cemetery. The second I stop the car, Jungkook unbuckled his seatbelt and stumbled out, almost falling. Jungkook wait, but he doesn't. He runs. I stand a little distant away, giving him space. I don't want to his moment with my brother. My brother, I clench my fist. I can't cry now. This is Jungkook's time. With a few minutes later, our families arrive. Jungkook's mother claps him, crying. His father knelt beside her, comforting her despite his own. I feel my parents standing beside me. We don't move forward. This is their family moment. The afternoon turns into evening. Dark clouds begin to gather above us. Mother, Jungkook, let's go home. Her voice is weak, but she tries to sound firm. Jungkook, no, I am not leaving him. His voice breaks as he pushes her away. Father, Jungkook, please. He wouldn't want you to suffer like this. Mother, we can't lose you to Jungkook. Her sobs echoes in the air, but Jungkook only cries harder. My father gave me a silent signal and nod. I step away. Let's go home. He shook his head violently. I said, I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I slipped my arms under his and lifted him up. He struggled, pressing against me, screamed, but his body is weak from crying all day. Eventually, he faints in my arms. I carefully carry him back to the car. After securing him in the seat, I turned to my after securing him in his seat, I turned to our parents. Then, should I take him to their house? Father, that place will only bring more painful memories, but we have no choice for now. I will find a new place for you too soon. Taehyung, all right, I will take care of him. My mother hold my hand tightly. Mother, stay by his side. Taehyung, watch over him. He is not in his right mind now. Taehyung, I will, Mom, I promise. They nod and I drove Jungkook home. The journey is long, almost 45 minutes. Jungkook remains unconscious the entire time. Once home, I carefully carry him inside and lie him on the bed. I remove his coat and shoes covering him. Jungkook remained unconscious the entire time. Once home, I carefully carry him inside, lie him on the bed. I remove his coat, shoes, covering him with a blanket before leaving to shower. I lock the door and take the keys with me. I can't risk him wandering off. After a quick shower, I came on him. His face is swollen, his eyes puffy. He must have cried in the past 24 hours than in his entire life. I lie down beside him, watching him until he sleep takes over me. A loud cry shook me awake. I turned to see Jungkook sitting up, clenching his chest, his body trembling. Taehyung, Jungkook, what's wrong? His eyes are filled with fear, his entire body shook. Jungkook, I saw him. There was so much blood. His voice cracked before he breaks into another. Rub his back gently, feeling the dampness of his sweat. He clings to me, sobbing into my chest. It takes a long time, but eventually he calms down and falls unconscious again. I carefully lie him back, his tears away with a tissue. Before closing my eyes, I reach for intertwine our fingers. Then, you are not alone, Jungkook. I am right here. I whisper the words, hoping that even in his dreams he feels my presence. Exhaustion would take over me. I pray that when he wakes up, he wouldn't have another nightmare. I pray that someday he will smile again. Jungkook's POV past. Where are you going now? I ask him. He puts on his overcoat and slips into the boots. It's already past 8 at night and rain is pouring heavily outside. Just nearby, I ordered a surprise. You can get it tomorrow morning. It's raining right now. I wouldn't allow you to go. I block his way and him into a tight hug. And now that you have told me it's a surprise anymore, he clenches at my voice. It's still a surprise because you don't know what it is. Now let me go before it gets even later. No, I wouldn't let you. I mumble, pouting. Jungkook, you know you can't stop me when I decided on something. He smiles, parting from me to cup my face. I will be back before you know it. Promise, I ask, holding out my pinky. I promise. He intertwined his pinky with mine. Pinky promise have been my thing since childhood. It seems to let go of the habit, and he never complained about either. Okay, come back soon. I will be waiting. I step aside, giving him space to leave with that same warm smile, he nods and pressed a soft kiss to my lips. Before stepping out of the house, I watched his bag disappear before signaling and settling into the couch, waiting for his return. As I sat there, my mind drifts into the past, replaying my life like an old friend, losing my parents in an accident when I was just 2 years old left me with nothing, or so I thought, but growing up in an orphanage wasn't as terrible as I had imagined. It wasn't the same as having a home with loving parents there, with still warm, still a sense of family along among us. The orphanage was founded by a large business organization that provided everything we needed, including education. Some of us were recruited into the company. Since I was good at studies and skills, I secured a position as a personal secretary to a newly appointed CEO, the son of the company's director, Hansam. That was 5 years ago. From the first moment I saw him, I liked him. He was different, kind, humble, and treated everyone equally. Even as my boss, he was more than a friend than an employer, and slowly that relationship turned into something more. Now, after 5 years of dating, we have finally getting married in just 2 days. I moved out of the orphanage a year after getting and rented a small apartment for myself, giving my someone in need. Hansang, however, didn't like that. He didn't want me to live alone and insisted I move in with him. But I refused, and that led to him sulking and ignoring me for a whole week. In the end, I convinced him to give me 6 months. After that, I kept my promise and moved in with him. His parents welcomed me with open arms. They accepted us, gave us their blessings, and treated me like their own son. The life I once thought would be filled with nothing but hardship turned out to be something beautiful. Just as I am lost in these thoughts, my phone rings. The soon an unknown number. Confused, I answer. Is this Jungkook? A voice asks. Before I can even say hello, yes, this is Jungkook. I stand up instantly. We are calling from Lifeline Hospital. A man named Hansang has been in the accident. When we checked his emergency contact, your number was listed. Can you come to the hospital immediately? The phone slipped from my hand. Without wasting a second, I grabbed my car keys from the bowl by the door and rushed out. I don't care about the pouring rain or sleeping roads. My only thought is getting to him. When I reached the hospital, this is in emergency room. Please follow me. A man like the color tell me. I nod, unable to form words, and through a hallway my heart pounded as I silently begged for Hansung to be okay. When we reach emergency room, I see standing us, sir. His relative is here. The man informed them. You know Hansung, one of the officers asked, and not quickly. I am his boyfriend. I contacted his parents as well, sir. They should be arriving soon. The man adds. The officer turned to me. Mr. Jian, since this was an accident, we have some formalities to go through, but as you are not his legal family yet, we will wait for his parents. Before I can respond, Hansung's parents and his younger brother Taehyung rushed towards us. Jungkook, what happened? His father asked while his mother sobs beside him. Mr. Jian's son's car crashed into a The impact was severe and the condition is critical. Since it's a hit and run case, we will proceed with the necessary reports. The officer explained his mother gasps, breaking into uncontrollable sobs. Meanwhile, I stand frozen, repeating in my mind that he will be okay. He has to be okay, he promised. Minutes later, the emergency room doors finally open and the doctor stepped out. Doctor, how is he? Taehyung asked anxiously. The doctor says his condition is very critical. We have done everything we could, but we can't guarantee anything. Tried our best, now it's beyond our control. The doctor says before looking at us. He is awake, he wants to see you. That we rushed inside, but my legs refused to move. I stand staring at him, his body covered with wires, the monitor beeping weakly, his eyes searching for mine. And the moment we make eye contact, my body moves on its own. Hansung, I cried, gripping his cold hand as tears failing. Finally break free. I'm sorry, Jungkook, he whispered, his voice barely audible. I can't keep my promise to you, no. I wouldn't let you go. I sobbed, shaking my head. There is not much time left, Jungkook, he says weakly. Taehyung he calls. Taehyung stepped forward, his eyes filled with unshed tears. A favor to ask, will you do it for me? Anything for you, Hyung. Taehyung responds immediately, marry Jungkook. His words sent shock waves through the room. Jackie Hangsung. I choked out, but he doesn't stop. Take care of him, Taehyung. He's been alone all his life. I don't want him to be alone again. I know this isn't easy, but please promise me, Jackie. No, I don't want anyone else. I want you. I sobbed loudly. Jungkook, you said you would do anything I ask. He reminds me weakly, Jackie, anything but only with you. Promise me, he whispered, his breathing slow. Taehyung and I looked at each other before whispering in unison. We promised. A small, peaceful smile graced his lips, and then the monitor let out a signal, continuous beep. Hansung, I screamed as my eyes snapped open, my face wet with tears, and said, Jungkook, are you okay? Taehyung rushed towards me with a cup in his hands. Instant of answering, I broke down. Without hesitation, he put the cup aside and pulled me into his arms, rubbing my back, but no amount of comfort could erase this agony. Thanks, POV. I wake up immediately, my eyes fluttering open to find myself pitch dark room. The silence is heavy, almost suffocating. Sit on the bed. I rub my eyes before carefully climbing down. My hands search along the wall until my fingers trace the switchboard with a soft click. The light flick open on, illuminating the space. My eyes blink repeatedly at the sudden brightness, taking a moment to adjust. As my vision clears, my gaze fell on Jungkook. He is still asleep, his face tear-stained, his lips slightly parted as if he has been crying. Even in his dream, a quiet sigh escaped me as I walked. Pressed a finger against the crease on his forehead out until his face eased back into peacefulness. Satisfied, I stand up and headed to the bathroom to freshen up. Brushing my teeth, I stepped out and make my way to the kitchen. The house was empty, its silence pressing against me. I grabbed a carton of milk from the refrigerator, heat it on the stove and stir it a spoonful of honey. Once done, I pour it into a glass and head back to the room, intending to wake him up so he can drink something. By the time I return, I find Jungkook still awake. A soft whimper escapes his lips as he sits up, his shoulders shaking with silent cries. Without a second thought, I place the glass on the nightstand and climb onto the bed beside him, wrapping my arms. He leans into me, sobbing against my chest. I don't know how to stop him. I know I can't, so I just hold him, letting him until he has no more tears left to shed. It takes time to minutes where the only sounds in the room is broken soft. Eventually his cries subside, leaving behind quiet sniffles. Slowly he pulls away, wiping his swollen eyes. Are you feeling a little better? I ask, gently lowering my head to meet his gaze. Since he keeps his eyes downcast, he nods once barely, but it's enough. Go freshen up, I tell him, standing up. I will warm the milk again. Jungkook hesitated. Without another word, he disappeared into the bathroom, up and the glass, and headed back to the kitchen, reheating the milk. Just as I turn around, I see him walking towards me. His smile. He take a slice seat at the dining table. I step closer, placing a glass in front of him. Here, drink some milk, I urge, nudging the glass towards him, but he doesn't respond. He doesn't even glance at it. He just stares blankly at the table, lost in his own thoughts. My chest tightened. It's only been 2 days since Hansung's death, but Jungkook is trying in grief. If this continues, I fear he might lose himself completely. I know forgetting isn't an option, but he needs to remember Hansung with love, not pain. To be continued. So everyone, in the next episode we will see how is Jungkook gonna recover from this pain. I hope you will enjoy this story. Comment it down whatever you feel about it. Bye bye, love you. Bye.